Hello everyone. My thesis title is Research on Accessible Interior Space Design for Elderly Families. This is my abstract. With the acceleration of the aging population process and the vigorous development of social economy and politics, the elderly group has integrated various social factors into the daily lives of communities, nursing homes, and households. Since the United Nations explicitly proposed the concept of accessible environment in 1974, different elderly groups have different requirements for indoor space. The quality of indoor space accessibility design directly determines the safety, practicality, and comfort of elderly people's lives. Therefore, higher and more reasonable requirements have been put forward for the accessibility design of indoor space environment. This topic first clarifies the concept of family-oriented design and the audience in accessibility design, and analyzes the current status of accessibility design both domestically and internationally. Summarize the problems in the accessibility design of indoor spaces in China. Secondly, specific elements of indoor space accessibility design were summarized at the physiological and psychological levels. On this basis, design strategies for indoor spaces for the elderly population were proposed. Finally, the indoor space was designed for accessibility in terms of humanization, rationality, comfort, safety, and other aspects. This is my research significance. Nobel Peace Prize laureate Blessed Teresa of Calcutta, 1910.8.27-1997.9.5, once said, "The opposite of love is not hatred, but neglect." Therefore, the proposal of accessible design has improved the shortcomings of multiple groups such as the elderly, vulnerable groups, and children, and is a symbol of social civilization progress. It is of great significance for improving the moral level of social citizens and promoting the construction of social spiritual civilization. At the same time, the use of accessible design will make life more convenient for most vulnerable groups, reduce the burden on family and friends, and be more convenient for all social groups. Each of us may become a part of a vulnerable group. Therefore, establishing a complete accessible design for family living space is of great significance to everyone. This is my purpose of the study. With the intensification of aging, the elderly population has gradually developed into a huge social branch. Different elderly groups have adaptability issues in their living environments. The purpose of this project is to understand the needs of the elderly population, improve their quality of life, and create an indoor space environment suitable for their living. Therefore, the main objectives of this research project are as follows. Provide theoretical basis for the design of accessible indoor space environment. B. Through comparative research with normal individuals, analyze the physiological and psychological deficiencies of the elderly population and propose corresponding improvement. Measures. Summarize the design ideas and methods by utilizing corresponding design practices such as indoor spatial environment layout. This is my problems encountered in the paper. The power line is often obstructed by obstacles. B. Unreasonable overall spatial layout. C. Lack of basic accessibility and intelligent facilities. D. Less consideration given to the physical condition of the elderly population. E. Ignoring the psychological needs of the elderly population, etc. 5. This is my research content. This research topic utilizes the concept and methods of accessible design, with humanized design principles as a guiding reference. By using comparative analysis to study the current living conditions of the elderly population, and then by measuring and analyzing the human body scale and indoor family space, summarizing the basic needs of the elderly population for indoor family space activities, with the aim of eliminating obstacles for the elderly population in the home environment. Further formulating design plans and strategies, and summarizing corresponding methods and experiences. The specific methods are as follows: A. Comparative analysis method. B. Measurement analysis method. C. Interview survey method for current living conditions. D. Literature analysis method. E. Observation of behavioral habits. 6. That is my existing problems in the design of accessible indoor spaces for the elderly population. A. Inadequate and low coverage of accessible and home-based infrastructure for design. B. Unreasonable indoor space layout and insufficient consideration of the needs of the elderly population. C. Loss of physical function in the elderly population. D. The psychological level of the elderly is easily overlooked. E. Incomplete and non-standard functions of indoor space facilities. 7. That is my strategies for accessible interior space design for the elderly group. It is mainly divided into the psychological level and the physiological level, with 3 main points on the physiological level. A. Humanized visual space design for families. B. Design of humanized auditory space noise reduction for families. C. Humanized tactile space design for families. 8. This is my own design drawing for reference only. 9. My conclusion is that with the improvement of people's quality of life, the proportion of accessible design in public area environments is increasing. As the aging population accelerates, the elderly population has become an undeniable social branch. However, it is often easy to overlook the psychological and physiological aspects, family living environment, and daily life status of the elderly. Therefore, in the accessibility design for the elderly population, it is necessary to reasonably improve the functional space of the elderly, systematically manage intelligent facilities and ordinary facilities, and bring an accessible, intelligent, and comfortable environment into the indoor space environment to build a more convenient and comfortable indoor living space for the elderly population. 10. Thank you for watching.